So within the party itself, you've lost the election.
Yeah.
And you see, to lose an election, it's not opposition that makes you lose an election. No. It is you, your own people, who will make you lose an election.
Yeah.
So the very moment your own people are complaining about things and you are not acting on them, you have already lost the election ahead of time. So the loss of the NPP is more within the party than outside the party. In fact, when you read the report, it talk about failure to pay allowances to youth groups like Youth on Afforestation, Youth in that, NAPCO, and the rest. These are largely party people that you put in this program so that they will also earn something small at the end of the month. And then the little they are supposed to be getting, now it's in arrest 6 months, 7 months.
Exactly.
Into an election.
Yeah.
And you think that because it's a party person, the little that is earning, if the thing has been locked up for 6, 7 months, not coming, he should still go and vote for you. He will not go and vote for opposition, but he will not go to the vote at all.
Yeah.
So if you look at the issues, there is a group, see, some of the issues have to be group completed. This is a purely internal party issue. And these are purely beyond the party, that is national. That is what I've seen about. I've listed about 13 of these issues in my story. And I've realized almost half of them relate to internal party. It talks about issues such as National Cathedral.
Yeah.
Yes. It's obvious that so much has been said about National Cathedral that it made it look like a rip-off of the people. We didn't get any much of explanation. Today, if you ask somebody about National Cathedral, it's a religious institution, because that is what it has been done for us to understand. But if you look at the National Cathedral project in general, you want to really be fair and read what they have said. In fact, the religion aspect is just one. It's supposed to be like an international conference facility that almost every global conference that we want to have can be had there. But we focus on the religion aspect and left all the other aspects. Yeah. So people said this. You see, so when you look at all the issues that have been raised, okay, if you talk about DDEP, at the state of the economy at that point, the question is, what could we have done? What could we have done at that moment? Yeah. We've lost access to the capital market. We're not going to get any money from the capital market. All of a sudden, global events have made it to realize that we've lost so much revenue we were expecting for the year, and then we have to spend more in order to tackle COVID and the rest. The question you ask yourself that if you did not do DDEP, has anybody been able to establish that we could have done A, B, C without DDEP and still sustain the economy? That question, when the discussion are going, I've never heard anybody say that, oh, this is the alternative to DDEP. That if we had not done DDEP, we would have run the economy this way, and it would be successful. I'm here to see any convincing argument that if we had not done the DDEP, we could still have been able to pay the interest on our debt and we will not have defaulted. And they will still be able to run the country without DDEP. Because since we started going to the Eurobond market from President Kufuor's time till date, what we do is to go and borrow the Eurobond to come and pay our maturing debts. That's what we have been doing. We go to borrow from Eurobond to pay maturing debts. So now that you can't go to the market to go and borrow, how do you pay the debt that is accumulating on you? So is it, we should really, this DDEP thing, we make it look like it's the biggest problem. It was because people lost what they should have earned. But the question is, at that material moment,
very well,
what was there any alternative that could have been done with that DDEP that could make sure that the interest on our loans will not be reduced, maturing date will not be extended, and we'll be able to pay all the money that is maturing? Was there any solution at that moment? So you see, sometimes we as I said, we don't take time to look at the deep nature of what really we are confronted with. But because of political reason, there is this issue of unsatisfactory galamsey fight. It's also part of the reason contributing. High cost of living, the fuel price inflation was below 10%. And all of a sudden, inflation has risen to 54%. In fact, food inflation was so high that the cost of food becomes so expensive. So if I cannot even afford food, and you ask me that I should continue to vote for you, the question is, what will it be? But the question is, 4 months after the elections, what has happened to food prices? If those who go to the market will tell you that they thought that even with the stability of the city, the food price will remain same. Food prices are still going up. So we have a fundamental issue about how to address food prices in this country. And I think the last time the new governor said it, that if we are going to be able to do anything about cost of living in this country, the critical thing is to tackle food price. The question is, the election is over. 4 months after election, food prices are still going up. So we use that as a reason to vote, but the question is, has it stopped? It hasn't stopped. Have we found a solution? Once it's going up, it means that we have not found a solution yet.
Exactly. Thank you, Elvis. Let me